Alright, guys, welcome to Flav Ariana's MMA show. I'm your host, Flav Ariana, brought to you by Four Corner Sports. Alright, guys, so Joanna Jedrzejczyk is going back to American Top Team. She is training. She was part of the UFC post-fight scrum for UFC 272 this past Saturday, actually yesterday. And she was talking about how she's kind of prepared to come back to the UFC and start training again. And she's back at American Top Team right now in Coconut Creek, Florida. I have a strong feeling Dana White hasn't made anything official yet. Neither has Sean Shelby, McMaynard, or Hunter Campbell. I have a strong feeling that we're most likely going to end up getting Joanna Jedrzejczyk returning back to the UFC Octagon by the summertime against Zhang Weili. Now, Zhang Weili, last time she fought, she ended up fighting Rose Namajunas. Rose Namajunas ended up defeating her in Madison Square Garden. She ended up defeating her in Jacksonville just about a little under a year ago in April at the Five-Star Memorial Arena in Jacksonville, Florida. She was famous for that knockout, that high kick knockout. Guys, I was rewatching the Zhang Weili Joanna Jedrzejczyk fight, and it happened March 7, 2020, literally right before the pandemic ended up happening. It was honestly, in my opinion, that's one of those fights that I could always pull up from the archives, and I can just say, you know what, if I want to show a fan that wants to get into MMA and be like, hey, you know what, I want you to watch this fight. I understand there's females. You may think I may be hugging and grabbing, but if you think that, you're just a casual. But I want you to watch this fight, and you instantly fall in love, and I'll show you why. And I was watching with my dad. My dad actually has been getting really into watching UFC fights with me. I'm watching this fight, and I'm breaking it down, and I'm telling him exactly what I'm seeing. Yes, Joanna, traditionally has a Muay Thai stance, and she's very, kick heavy. She's very pinpoint accurate with her punches, and then Zhang Weili, she's just a powerhouse. Yeah, she can grapple. She's actually learning a lot of that with Henry Cejudo, but that wasn't really applied in that Joanna Jedrzejczyk fight. Yes, Weili has definitely improved. Joanna has taken, pretty much 2 years off, all right, since that fight. But the amount of punches, the amount of blows that both women ended up receiving, right, I firmly do believe that is the reason why Rose Namajunas was able to take out Zhang Weili so early into that first round in the April card, the first fight with fans in attendance at the Five-Star Memorial Arena in Jacksonville, Florida. I think it was maybe like under 2 minutes that the fight was over. It was just a high kick. Doug Rose actually set it up perfectly well. She ended up, pretending like she was gonna go for a calf kick and just, switches last minute, goes for a high kick, hits her in the back of the ear, right over here, right by the jawline area, drops Zhang Weili. Right then and there, I knew it when I was watching it live. I was like, that's because of all the punches that she ended up absorbing. And then as I watched the fight again against Zhang Weili versus Joanna Jedrzejczyk, right, and I was comparing the amount of punches, the amount of strikes that Jedrzejczyk was putting on Weili, all right, the only thing that makes sense is that Jedrzejczyk did apply, enormous amount of pressure. She was, hitting, she was landing punches. Towards the end of the fifth round, she did make Weili bleed from a spinning back fist, all right? I mean, yes, we all know what happens to Joanna. She had that huge hematoma, all right? And people know her famously because of that. And Weili definitely did a number on her. I think the hematoma did start because of the knee to the face from a Muay Thai clinch position, and just the volume of punches in that same area of the forehead just created that huge swelling. Honestly, if you look back, I think if they was to have that fight again, I don't think that the refs would try to have that fight extend out to 5 rounds. I know, no nonsense, Keith Peterson, he's one of the best in the business. I mean, he allowed the fight to go as long as possible. There was no signs of Zhang Weili Joanna Jedrzejczyk wanting to drop to the floor because of the amount of punches she ended up receiving. Both of them were warriors. They lasted a full 25 minutes. Honestly, one of the best women's fights that I've seen in quite some time, and now there's a possibility that we're going to have the rematch. I'm assuming summertime. I wouldn't be surprised if it's early fall, around September, October, but I'm assuming summertime because why would Joanna Jedrzejczyk be starting her training camp now, starting training again back at American Top Team ATT. It just makes sense. I have a feeling it's going to be more or less more international flyweight. Look, I don't know anything as of right now. I don't have any sources or insiders that are inside, what's going on with the UFC. I'm just telling you right now that the fact that Joanna Jedrzejczyk is training right now in Coconut Creek, Florida, and Zhang Weili, there's rumors that she might be coming back to the States, right now to train back at Arizona because that's where she had her fight camp with Henry Cejudo, and that Fight Ready team with led by Captain Eric. They take a very scientific approach, and I think this time around, I don't think we're gonna get that barn burner of a fight that we had in March 7, 2020. I think it's gonna be more of a tactical fight, but overall, I'm still very excited to that the rumors are that they're possibly in the works on a possibility of Joanna Jedrzejczyk versus Zhang Weili. Guys, if that happens, sign me up. I don't care if that's the co-main event and if that's the third fight from the top, if that's the second fight for the second fight from the bottom. Don't care. I just want to see that fight happen because I'm a big fan of the best going up and at it against one another. All right. I'm a big fan of the highest level of martial arts, and I think that Zhang Weili and Joanna Jedrzejczyk, they might be top 3, if at worst top 5 best strawweights in the world. Doug Rose Namajunas, there's rumors that she's going to end up fighting Carla Esparza. I strongly do feel that the winner of Joanna Jedrzejczyk versus Zhang Weili, they can fight most likely Doug Rose or Carla Esparza, depending on how that fight turns out. I think it would work ideally better if Carla Esparza wins, just because that could be just fresh new blood. Remember, Joanna did defeat Carla Esparza before, and you haven't had Zhang Weili fight Esparza yet, so there's mix and match pieces around it too. You also have Marina Rodriguez, who did fight on Saturday, defeating Yan Xiaonan. So she could be easily placed in that mix as well too. The women's strawweight division is fire. It is coming. It's coming up. I'm very excited to see where this division is going. The only problem is, in my opinion, is that Rose Namajunas is not a very active fighter. She fights about once or twice a year, and it just stalls the division. But I love what I'm seeing with the division so far. We have a lot of high-level mixed martial artists, females, in the strawweight division, especially inside the top 5. But yeah, guys, I'm just bringing it out there for you guys. Joanna Jedrzejczyk is now reporting to American Top Team right now to start training. Does that mean that she's going to fight Zhang Weili? Does that mean that she's going to fight somebody else? Overall, very excited. Whenever Joanna Jedrzejczyk fights, it's a must-see. It's must-see television right there. So, guys, I am Flav Oriana. Thank you for tuning in to Flav Oriana's MMA show. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, guys, please hit the like and subscribe button, guys, and I'll see you guys at a later date. Peace, guys, and have a good one. See ya.